Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is September the 24th, 2019, and what I want to talk to you about is spider plants. Now, this spider plant here is getting ready to bloom, so and then it'll open with white flowers on it. Now, this will um, grow larger, like this one over here. See this spider plant over here, and these buds here will open, and they'll open white with white flowers, and you can see they have the little spider plant here on the end. Now these here are the little spider plant babies here, and they will get larger and it will get more on them. So and then what you can do with the little spider plant babies is they'll start growing roots out on them, and you can propagate them for more spider plants. Now, there's a lot of different varieties of spider plants out there to choose from, and spider plants can take low light, and they say that they're really great for like apartments and like if you're in a dorm in college. Now, if they don't get enough light, they will start to lose some of their variegation in the leaves. And there are some out there that are solid green in color. And spider plants have, on their roots, they hold water. So one thing that you don't want to do is overwater your spider plant. So I keep mine on the drier side, and then I give it a nice good watering until water runs out the bottom. But if the soil's already moist, I don't want to water it because I don't want to overwater my spider plant and wind up with root rot. So these can take a well-balanced fertilizer, and you can use like Miracle Grow all-purpose plant food. I'll put a link down in the description for that. Another thing that these like is they like house plants alive for foliage plants, and they really seem to respond well to that, and they grow really nice with a feeding like that. And what that particular plant food does is it helps. So what that particular plant food does is it helps to break down the salts that can build up in your soil, like if you were using a chemical fertilizer or something like that. So it also helps to like rejuvenate your soil, and it can help keep your soil moist longer. So that is something that you have to watch out for if you do use that plant food, that you don't overwater your plants. And it can really revive your plants and bring them back from what I've seen from using it. So that's another feeding option for a plant food for it. You could also use just a regular well-balanced plant food. Now, one thing that happens with spider plants, they do, and they will get like brown tips on them. Like this whole tip here will turn brown. And what's actually happening with that is if you have chlorine water, the chlorine is affecting your plants. So what you want to do with your water is you want to let it sit out for 24 hours to let the chlorine dissipate out of the water. And you want to let it in like an open container. You don't want to put a cap on it because you want to let the chlorine dissipate out of it before you water your house plants with it. Now, if you want another option for watering your spider plant, you could use rainwater. They really like rainwater. Just go ahead and collect some of it and let it warm up to room temperature, and go ahead then and water your plants when they need watered. And spider plants can react to different minerals in your water, like if you have well water. So that is something that you want to watch too, and watch your plant. So just make sure that you watch your plants, like when you're watering it or feeding it, and see how it responds and what it does. Now, one thing that you don't want to do with spider plants is put them out in full sun. They don't like full sun. And if you have your spider plants outside, you can take them out after the danger of frost has passed, and you can let them stay outside through like the summer and spring months. Just make sure you give them like a well-lit area, but you don't want to put them in full sun. Now, you do want to gradually adjust them to going outside, and you do want to take these back in before a frost. So like when it starts getting in the 40s, you want to bring your plants inside because they are a house plant. They're used to household temperatures. 40 degrees is the lowest that I would recommend going with these. I don't recommend going any lower. You could bring them in when it starts to get like in the 50s if you chose to, but 40 degrees is definitely like the cutoff point for them. And another thing you want to factor in on that is if the wind's blowing, because you will get a wind chill, and that can really do damage to your plants. If it's cold and the wind's blowing, it can really do a lot of damage. So if they're calling for it cold and windy, go ahead and bring them inside. Make sure that you check them over for spiders and any other type of critters and pests that may be either in the container itself, in the potting mix, or on the plant, because you don't want to bring something into your house trying to bring your house plants back in for the winter time. And go ahead and give them a well lit area, and you will have to probably adjust the watering some because you know, you have your heat with your furnace or however you heat with, so you'll just have to check your plants and make sure that they're watered and make sure that you're not over watering them. Now you don't have to take the little babies off. I actually seen, this is probably like the first year when I was started studying botany in 2003. In it, I believe it was TG Fridays, they had these huge spider plants in hanging baskets, and they were covered with the little spider plant babies, and they were really nice specimen plants, and they were just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So if you want to let your plants grow that way, that's great. You can do that. And I really liked them. I thought they were really neat looking, and I have not seen a specimen plant that looked that nice since I had seen those. I mean, they were just completely loaded with the little spider plant babies, and they were gorgeous. And you can use spider plants in mixed plantings. This one here is a hanging basket. Has two different varieties of spider plants in it, one that's variegated and one that's completely green. And it has wandering Jew plants in with it, and it has, I believe, a purple heart plant in with it. And you can use these like in different planters. You can use them in garden dishes. Some people do put them in terrariums. So they have a wide, versatile range for being used. You just want to make sure that you don't overwater them. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. That'll tell you I put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank yous for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye!